hidden talent. Welcome. No one's on the live yet, but welcome. Welcome to my live. Yesterday I swung my 5 kilo steel mace, 11-pound steel mace for 12 hours. This is my update on how I am doing day 2. So 24 hours ago, what time is it? 6:30 my time right now. So 24 hours ago, I was like 9.5 hours into the 12-hour set. So I'm not even 24 hours removed yet, I guess, from when I ended. Yeah, you know what? Overall, shockingly well. That's how I would describe how I'm feeling. I feel way better right now than I did at this point after my 9-hour set. But that said, there's definitely some shit going down, some shit going on. As the day goes on, I feel worse and worse and worse. My shoulders hurt. Well, my everything hurts. Let's just put it that way. My shoulders hurt. My biceps hurt a lot. My triceps hurt a lot. My lats are like beyond fucked. I have crazy chafing on like essentially my pec minor, armpitish area from the swings. It's scabbed to all hell. Feels awful. And one of the weird things for me is like my hands and my feet have been going tingly, and like that's not super uncommon after these long sets. Like circulation goes weird when you're standing up for that long and swinging something for that long. So that's not weird. But oh man, my hands have just been pouring sweat all day. Like right from the moment I woke up, they just started pouring sweat. So my hands are crazy sweaty. I've been eating anything I can get my hands on. I've eaten so much food today. It's been great. I ate food last night when I got home too, which is good. Yeah, much food, much fluid, much rest has been the theme of the day. It'll be the theme of tomorrow as well for the most part. Probably gonna have to shovel tomorrow because I do live in Canada, specifically Saskatchewan, where it snows all the damn time, and they just implemented a new bylaw where if you don't shovel within 48 hours of snowing, you get a huge fine. So that's cool. So it's snowing right now, so I'll shovel tomorrow, maybe depending on how I feel, maybe the day after. Uh, Man, I'm like super invested in my sidewalks. I like to keep them super clear, super clean in the winter, just because I live like a block away from a school. So if I'm not on the snow fast, then the kids trample it all down and it turns to ice, and I have to spend a ton of money trying to like de-ice and shit. So I'm trying to stay on top of it. What did you refeed with? Anything I possibly could. So when I got home last night, all I wanted was chips. But unfortunately, the convenience store across the street from me was they were closed by the time I was done. I live right across the street from a convenience store. It's so handy. For those of you that don't know, I literally live across the street. I can see it from my window. A convenience store, an Indian food joint, pizza joint, and an ice cream shop. Yeah, yeah, I live across the street from all of that, and I smoke weed, and I was still able to lose 70 pounds in 8 months. Talk about willpower, eh? Yeah. But yeah, got home last night, couldn't get my chips, so I ordered in Dairy Queen. I actually didn't get any ice cream just because like I have whatever, like I have stomach issues when it comes to Dairy Queen ice cream specifically. So instead, I ordered crispy chicken wraps. They're my most favorite thing on earth. Normally, I don't eat meat on Tuesdays or Saturdays, but I made an exception yesterday. And I was so glad I did too, because I ordered it in, and just like over Uber Eats or whatever, like no way that, like anyone can know who I am or whatever. It's all anonymous. But I opened the bag, I felt the bag, and I was like, man, this is fucking heavy. And I opened the bag, and on each one of the wraps, they had put a little sticker that said special. And when I opened them up, I realized why. And it was because instead of using the regular chicken that they use for their chicken wraps, which is like this big, whatever, like this long, like this thick, they used the chicken tenders, like just full size chicken tenders in each one of them. So I was stoked on that. So that was awesome. So yeah, I had that last night. Then I slept for like 10 hours, I think, 10, 11 hours. Woke up, went and got my car because we'd left it at the studio because I didn't want to drive last night. Then I ate a whole bunch of chicken nuggets because they were convenient and available. I ate a couple cheeseburgers because they were also convenient and available. Then later in the day, I ate some pizza pops because they were convenient and available. But then for supper, I actually good food, a whole bunch of salmon, a little bit of parboiled rice, and a whole bunch of cauliflower as well. Next few days, I'll be eating as much like any kind of protein I can get my hands on. Don't give a shit about how many calories I eat in the next few days. Normally, I try and keep pretty consistent on that, but like in the week after my swing sets, I just eat anything I possibly can and just try and get an insane amount of protein in. So yeah, good on that front. One of the things I'm super stoked about is my mental clarity. So, when I did my 9 hour set a couple years ago with the mace, the last 2 hours I was mentally gone, like destroyed. I could not form coherent sentences. I couldn't understand when people were like talking to me. I couldn't read things. I could only count to 12. Couldn't remember anything after 12. This time, not a problem. Like, could still form sentences, have conversations, like into hour 12. The day after my last set, I like my 9 hour set. The day after, I like was still messed up mentally, like had troubles communicating, thinking, like I was gone mentally and emotionally. Today I've been good. I've been a little hair triggery emotional, which like no problem. I was expecting that. I'm pretty good at handling that. But yeah, mentally I feel really, really, really good. The only like side effect or negative side effect that I would say is I'm missing time, in the sense that my relationship with time is just gone right now. Um, in the sense that sometimes a minute feels like an hour and sometimes an hour feels like a minute. Like I will be sitting on the phone, like sitting on the couch, hanging out, playing on my phone for what feels like an hour, and it'll be like 3 minutes. Or I'll be like watching my kid rip around, do her thing, be a terror, and I'll be like, oh right, I have something to do. Like I can only do like I can only watch it for a minute or two, and then I'll like check the time, and it'll be like an hour and a half has gone past. I'm like, oh shit. Luckily, I don't have too much to do. It's mostly you know what? I spaced out on one big thing today. I was supposed to cancel a class tonight, and I completely like spaced on it, and then fell asleep. Uh, and then when I like woke up and it started, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't cancel that class. Thank Jeebus. One of the other coaches was there, so he just taught a clubs class because it's supposed to be a mobility class. But I digress. Yeah, overall feeling shockingly well. My hands are pouring sweat. As far as like, did my hands get beat up? Not really. My hands like at this point are pretty much leather. So I think I picked up like 3 blisters and they're like gone at this point. But they're sore. Everything else kind of hurts to touch. My feet were killing me last night. Anytime I'd like elevate them a little bit, they would like start feeling like they were getting stabbed by needles. So that was not fun. Slept in pretty much an upright position. Fell asleep in a position, woke up in the same position, which is nuts for me. I'm an incredibly restless sleeper, so I knew I was going to be feeling rough when I started trying to move this morning. First few minutes of moving were a little rough this morning. Then for a few hours, I felt like pretty decent. Like couldn't really move my arms a ton, but like check this out. But yeah, as the day went on, started to feel pretty good. As the day went further on, I just got bagged. I'm incredibly exhausted. I'm insanely tired, and the soreness started to settle in more and more and more and more and more. Like my forearms were just shot. It was nuts. So a few times, like while I was swinging the mace yesterday, my one forearm or the other would just vibrate, tingle, go numb, like just incredible discomfort. So I'd have to like try and do wrist mobility for a little while, like while swinging the mace with the other arm, and then that other arm would start to suck, so then I had to switch back. But messed around with a few different counts yesterday to help things out. I was at about 12,000 reps, 12,000 individual swings, at the at the 6 hour mark. Yeah, 12,000 at the 6 hour mark. So I'm confident I pulled well over 20,000, or about 20, probably 21, 22,000 yesterday, just because I know I did slow down in the final couple hours, because I was allowing myself to like hold it in stable and catch my breath every once in a while. The O2 deficit started to get real in that last little bit, especially, but overall feeling so good. Feeling good comparatively. Man, the coolest part for me yesterday was having students there for so long of it. I've done many endurance events in the past. Started off with swinging a mace for 10,000 reps in a single set. It took me almost 6 hours. Uh, I've gotten better since then. Then later that year, this is 2019, later that year, well, December 21st, 2019, I did a 9 hour swing set, 9 hours and 3 minutes with my mace. Then the next June, so June 2020, I attempted to swing 10,000 heart shapes with a pair of Indian clubs, and I did not complete that set. It was the worst set I've ever had for a wide variety of reasons, but mostly my music died in like 15 minutes, so for like 3 hours I swung in silence. Awful. Um, then the next December, so last December, December 21st of 2020, I swung those Indian clubs I shot for 10,000 reps, did that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to keep pushing to 9 hours, did that. So I kept pushing to 12 hours with those clubs, those 2 pound clubs, 2 pounds in each hand. That was December 2020. Then June 2021, I swung those same clubs for 18 hours. So that's the longest distance I'd gone to just with anything. But then yesterday, new attempt, went to swing the mace for the 12 hours. And leading into it, I was curious as to if I would like find it hard, if I would find it super easy. Like I knew it was going to be a challenge. Of course it was going to be a challenge, but I had gone longer with the clubs. So I was like, who knows? Maybe it won't be too bad. But no, I can say this fully and surely now. It is a lot harder to swing the mace for distance than it is Indian clubs. I'll put it out there. Or you could also phrase it, it is easier to swing longer with Indian clubs. Now, here's a couple things. There's pros and cons to each of them. But when you swing clubs, the biggest thing is there's like several different patterns. Outward heart shape, inward heart shape left, heart shape right. At least those are the patterns I use when I do endurance sets. So because of that, different muscles get hit. You can mix and match a little bit more as far as like what you're doing when, and you honestly can go for longer. The mace, I just swung it the one way the whole time, essentially. I did like inward swings, if you will, alternating inward swings, 300s, 10 and 2s, whatever you want to call them. So that's a huge aspect of it. Then the weight is a thing too, right? Like 2 pounds in each hand compared to 10 pounds is something, but there's also the fact that like you can rest one hand while the other works in mace, but you can't with clubs. So there's give and take on that. It is way easier to stay fueled when you swing mace for a long time because you have one hand to consume things with. You don't have that option with clubs, so you have to get more creative. Um, and then there's the mental head fuck of actually being able to see your hands when they start to hurt. You can like look at them and see what's wrong with them when you're swinging a mace. You can't do that with clubs. So I do think it is easier to go for longer with clubs. But that said, I'm going to keep pushing the intensity when it comes to both tools. So my next endurance event will be June. I want to say June 20th is the summer solstice. Again, my brain's not 100%, but I think June 20th, either 20th or 21st. I think the 20th. Anyways, I'll swing my Indian clubs, 2 pound Indian clubs. I'm going to swing those bad boys for 24 hours. Yeah, and then next December, I'm going to swing my 5 kilo mace for 18 hours. And I'm just going to keep building. And I'm just going to keep building. I'm just going to keep building. I'm keep hitting those checkpoints. Could I have gone longer than 12 hours yesterday? I don't know. I stopped at 12. 12 hours and 9 minutes, technically, I stopped at. I feel confident I could have gone a little while longer, but how much longer? I have no idea. I don't think I could have made it to 24 yesterday. Honestly, okay, full honest, I feel like if I pushed it, if I allowed myself to go to the same place I'd gone with the 9 hours 2 years ago, I feel like I maybe could have done 18 hours. But I don't think I could have done 24 yesterday. I think that's still just outside of my range. So yeah, this time next year, I'm going to shoot for 18 hours, but I'm going to set my timing in a way that if I do want to try and push for 24 hours, maybe I will. But, yeah, 12 hours yesterday was something. I'm so thankful to have had people around. I was talking about that and I got distracted. I'm so thankful that there were people around. Like I've done many of these swings before and there's always people that stop by. My mom always stops by, which is really nice. She helps me get through it. My wife and my kids stop by. They help me get through it a ton. And my students swing by and they'll generally swing for an hour, hour and a half with me and it's always awesome. But yesterday, one of my female students swung her 5 kilo mace for 2 hours straight. Awesome, longest she's ever gone, over 2 hours, like 2 hours and 6 minutes or something like that. So I was killer. Then I had another student set a personal best with his 5 kilo. He swung for 3.5 hours. And then I had another student who set a personal best for himself, and that crazy bastard did 7 hours with me. 7 hours. That's nuts. Dude is beyond legit. Keith, for those of you who may know who Keith is or have heard of Keith, Keith's a monster. Keith single arm swings the 32 kilo mace, 70-pound mace. He single arm swings that thing. True. And then, yeah, yesterday he did 7 hours. 7 hours with the mace is absolutely phenomenal. Definitely helped push me through to my 12-hour mark, like incredibly so. Incredibly so. So yeah, so stoked to have him on this journey with me, because hopefully he keeps pushing his endurance rate a little bit as well, and he and I can put up some crazy volume numbers in the near future. But yeah, so next one will be clubs in June, then mace again in next December. Overall, feeling pretty good. The fueling's been going good. I've been taking some anti-inflammatory, and it's been helping a lot as well. I'm in my hoodie. You guys know what an hoodie is? An hoodie is essentially the combination of a hoodie and a blanket, and it's the comfiest thing of all time ever. I also got my big old drop crotch pants on, so I'm currently wearing the comfiest thing and the baggiest thing I could possibly be wearing. So yeah, that's just the theme of the day. Be as comfortable as possible, eat as much as possible, rest as much as possible. I'm gonna watch, my kid's in the bath right now. Her mom's watching her, don't worry. My kid's in the bath right now. After she's done bedtime, I think the wife and I will probably watch one episode of The Witcher because I love it. And then we'll go to bed, and I'll probably sleep for another 10 hours at least. That's the big thing. I'm tired. I'm just tired and sore, guys. Like, it's to be expected. Yeah, the support of your students was amazing. The energy in the room must have been unreal. It was, Tammy. It absolutely was. Absolutely was. Get some shrimp in here. Gotta love the scrimp. Yeah, eat food. I have a THC bath bomb from Lucid Cannabis Co. here in Regina. So I don't think I'm gonna use that thing tonight, but I think I'm probably gonna use it tomorrow after my kids sleep, because how does that not sound awesome? Yeah. Could I swing anything today? Maybe light clubs. I wouldn't be able to do heart shapes because I can't really get my arms that far above my head, but I could probably swing clubs. I wouldn't be able to swing a mace today. Absolutely not. A couple days I'll be good though. It's gonna set, like, I'm sore today, and I'm getting more sore as the day progresses. Tomorrow's gonna be the real rough one, I think. That second day soreness, as some people call it, the DOMS. Get that DOMS in, and we'll see. Or hey, maybe all my eating today and my rest tonight are gonna make it so that tomorrow's super chill. I don't know. What else do you guys feel like you want to be updated on? I had good caffeine yesterday. I was way better hydrated through my set yesterday than I ever have been in an endurance set before. So hey, dope progress on that front. Also, I was doing the math while I was swinging, and I remember when I first touched the mace, when I first got into the mace almost 5 years ago. It'll be 5 years in April. Since I've had my maces. 5 years in March since I first started swinging maces. Anyways, in the almost 5 years that I've been swinging mace, I went from not being able to swing the 5 kilo mace single-handed for 5 minutes, I couldn't do it, to yesterday swinging the mace, the 5 kilo mace, the same 5 kilo mace, for 12 hours and 9 minutes single-handed. So that is like, what, a 14,400% improvement or some shit like that. 15,000% improvement. Yes! So, gotta love marked improvement. Yeah, guys, I don't know if you're in the I see there's like a few people watching. If you have questions about anything, please feel free to ask them in the comments. I'll answer them. If not, I don't really know what else to say. I'm feeling rough. Absolutely, but way better than I thought I was going to be. I kind of wrote today and tomorrow off to be just a pure zombie, to not be able to function in any way, shape, or form, but I'm actually functioning surprisingly well. Like I said, the mental clarity is there for the most part. My body's screwed. Like, it's sore and it hurts, but not as bad as, I'm not in the most pain I've ever been in, I'll just say that. Real annoyed at the chafing that I have, but hey, that's part of the game. Everything will be back to normal in a few days. I'll be back swinging a mace within a week, no problem. So yeah, I don't know. If you have questions, please let me know. If not, then that's all I gotta say today, y'all. I guess that is my day after update. I expected to feel worse than I do, but I do still feel awful. Things that hurt the most, whatever I'm moving at that particular moment. I think though that if I were to be like overall, probably my lats. My lats and my forearms are probably what hurts the absolute most. I can't really do a whole lot with my hands right now, and trying to like move my arms in any way, shape, or form hurts a lot, and my lats are sort of the touch. So those are probably the sorest. Oh yeah, my comment here. My daughter and I checked in the feed a few times. It was so cool seeing your fam there, especially awesome achievement. It was so awesome having my family swing by. Having my wife and my daughter there brings so much life to me in those sets, and that was especially dope because like the 6 hour to 7 hour mark was atrocious. Easily the hardest part of the swing, like atrociously challenging. So I hit walls as I go through them. I've talked about this in the past. Normally I hit walls at certain points. Yesterday I didn't hit my first wall until like 3.5 hours, which is dramatically deeper into the set than normal. But I hit a mild wall there. Then at 4.5 hours, I hit a mild wall. Wasn't too bad. 5 minutes of shit. Then between hours 5 and 6, again about the 5.5 hour mark, I went through another like 3 to 5 minutes of this is shitty. Then it was fine. But from hour 6 to hour 7, that entire hour was fucking awful. And it was right at nearing the end of that my kid and my wife showed up, and oh my god, was that awesome. Made me feel so much better. And beyond that, it's really important to me that my daughter sees that kind of stuff, the like, hey, dad's here doing this crazy thing, like pushing himself beyond what like should be possible. Like it is important to me that she sees me pursue my goals like that, because I want her to know that literally anything is possible if you just keep trying hard enough, if you put the reps in. So very important to me that she's there for that. Plus it's just cool watching her rip around the studio and make her own fun, build her little block bridges and swing her little mace around. It's awesome. And hey, thank you for checking out the live yesterday. That means a lot to me. Always helps to look over at the TV there and see a little view count, just to know that hey, there are people there watching. Maybe they have me in the background. Maybe I'm not even on. They just have the browser open. It doesn't even matter. But seeing that there's someone tuned in makes me keep pushing. So thank you. Are your feet sore? Oh my gosh, Danny, my feet hurt so bad. Right now they're okay because I'm like in a decent position, but last night especially they hurt so bad. If I tried to like sit with them up for a bit, and it felt like someone was jamming like knitting needles into the bottom of them, and then in certain positions still, like if I put them like leave them in certain positions for too long, it starts to feel like I'm getting stabbed in my soles. It's less than fun, but right now they're feeling okay. Swelling's gone down in my feet significantly. Most of my swelling right now is my hands and a little bit in my midsection. It was crazy how much swelling I had in my midsection today, and like mostly on one side too. Like it was nuts, but that's mostly gone down. So happy about that. The heaviest thing I can pick up right now is approximately my coffee cup, but hey, who needs to pick up anything heavier than that right now? It's the holiday season. So yeah, 12 hours didn't break me. Did not break me. There were times I wanted to quit, absolutely. Absolutely, there were times I wanted to quit. Every time I hit one of those walls, I start thinking, why do I do this? Is this worth this? Just put the mace down. Like, you've already gone this far, but I'm relentless in the pursuit of my goals. And, I'm going to reach them. I'm going to reach them. So, got to keep pushing, got to keep going. And, yeah. I hurt, but it's a good hurt. It's earned hurt. It's well-deserved hurt. Proud. It's a proud hurt. I'm proud of it. I've hurt. I was thinking about this yesterday at one of the moments where I was thinking about quitting. I was thinking, man, this hurts so bad. This hurts so bad. Everything hurts. Every inch of me hurts. And I had the thought, you've been in more pain for less. Meaning your body has hurt more for less. For something less meaningful, less important, less whatever, less. I've hurt more for less. And when I had that realization, easy to push through. Just kept going. I've hurt more for less. That's the absolute truth. So, kept pushing, moved through it, got through it. Proud of myself. It's a very proud hurt today. But yeah, my forearms are trashed, as to be expected. Shoulders are trashed, as to be expected. Crazy chafing, which I didn't expect, because it's the first time that's happened. Um, Crazy inflammation, that was expected as well. And yeah, today I just eat anything I can get my hands on, hydrate lots. Hey, thank God for Christmas baking. Let's put that out there. Gosh, hey, gotta love Christmas baking especially when you can just eat anything. And you can always just eat anything. Like, let's just say that. Like, am I a fan of keeping your nutrition in check? Yes. Do I keep my nutrition in check? A fair bit, about 75% of the time. Do I think it's important to hitting and maintaining your goals? Absolutely. But, you're still human. You can eat whatever you want. Just be smart about it. But yeah, so I am just not being smart about it, I guess is what I'm saying. I can eat whatever I want without having to be smart about it because that's what I've allowed myself to do for the next few weeks. Probably week. I'll probably start back up on being aware of what I'm eating before the new year. Because, like I said, my next goal is to swing a pair of Indian clubs for 24 hours. And, hey, you can be in check for a month and then do that. Can't even be in check for 2 months and then do that. 3 months. Like, from here on, my goals are lofty to the point where I'm going to have to be on 100% of the time. I'll be honest, I do allow myself to take breaks. I'm not as on as I probably should be. My training starts to slip a little bit. My nutrition starts to slip a little bit. But I'm still able to pull shit off because I do keep it at a high enough standard, and I keep myself at a high enough standard even when those things are slipping that I can still rock things. But from here on, like, that's not going to be an option anymore. With how hard 12 hours was, like, and don't get me wrong, it was still very hard. And with how hard it was, in order to keep progressing, to keep hitting these goals, so again, 24 hours with the clubs in June, 18 hours with the mace in December, I'm going to need to be on, maybe not 365 days of the year, but probably a good 340 of them. So, all the programming and planning for that will start next week because yeah, I'm giving myself a break. I just need a break right now. We all do. What a good time to take a break, hey? Go see friends, family, do all the thing. And speaking of that, yeah, I've been hearing the news about other places in my country. I'm in Canada, for those of you that don't know, and a good half of the country seems like it's going into another lockdown. Gyms are shutting their doors, unfortunately, or being told to shut their doors, I guess I should say. Restaurants, all that stuff. But, of course, gyms are the one that means something to me because, hey, it impacts me. So, my heart goes out to the people in those provinces who are having to close their doors and are unsure when or if they'll ever be able to open them again because of the impact these things have. As of right now, my province has not changed that, so I am glad that I am able to still swing my mace, and I will keep swinging my mace for as long as I can. But that's all I want to talk about on that. I just wanted to let people know that yeah, I am aware of it, and it is something that could be coming to my space as well soon. And because of that, I'm just gonna swing my mace. But yeah, yesterday I swung my mace for 12 hours. I felt pretty good. Well, I felt way better than expected while I swung. I feel way better than expected after the swing. That's, I guess, the big takeaway from this update is I'm feeling better than I thought I would, but I'm still pretty fucked up. Mentally, feeling pretty good. Physically, trashed. Better than I thought I would be, but still trashed. I don't know, people keep I'm trying to get used to doing lives. I'm not a huge fan of doing lives, and the reason is people come and go. So I'm always like, do I need to rehash what I've already said? Should I rehash what I've already said? I don't know. So I end up rehashing what I've already said a fair few times. So, hey, here's what's up. I swung mace for 12 hours yesterday. A couple of my students crushed it and swung for many, many hours themselves. 2 hours, 3 hours, 7 hours one of my students swang. We're all feeling rough today, but better than anticipated. Mentally, physically, I am drained, I am destroyed, I am crushed, but I expect it to be worse. So I'm happy and proud of that. At this point, if you want to ask me questions in the comments, please do. But if no one does, I'm just going to call it. Because, hey, people just keep hopping on and off, so I don't want to keep rehashing things. So yeah, I guess no questions. So thank you guys. Much love. I'm going to go eat more food. I'm going to drink more fluid. And I'm going to find a way to get even comfier. I'm currently in my hoodie and my big drop crotch pants, so I'm in the baggiest possible outfit I can be in. And it's like, it's the comfiest I can be, I think, but I'm going to try and find a way to make it comfier. So I'm going to go figure that out. Have a great rest of your evening, day, night, wherever it is, wherever you are. Much love to that thing. Thank you all for the support through this 12-hour set, through the time leading up to it, through this time after it. I appreciate you. And hey, watch for the next one. Much love. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to end this thing. Haha, here we are.